The TV too loud. Peace to the nigga nation. Damn, I don't know the motive. Oh, there you go, right here. Yeah. Peace to the nigga nation, man. I figure I went on these other platforms. I've been on TikTok. I've been on Instagram. I've been on Facebook. Ooh. Let's let me see what's going on with YouTube. It's always fuck YouTube from my perspective, because I feel as if I'm not being treated fairly. Maybe I'm not acting right. They got a certain code of conduct, a credo that. Damn, I can't see. Let me fucking turn this shit on, man. Fuck this bright ass light. Give me a second, y'all. I don't want that one. That shit bright in the bitch, ain't it? Yeah, come on YouTube. I got 1,500 people, and then I be seeing, uh, people come on YouTube, and then it's like, I guess I don't know what's going on now, whatever. I guess that's what we want. I see certain YouTubers that come on now. I see certain YouTubers that come on now. Uh, Damn, I ain't got nobody here. This should be so dark. But they say YouTube tells me that your followers on that don't matter, man. There's millions of people on here, but that's all right. I'm gonna get people to follow me on TikTok at the real Mr. Niger at REAL at THEREALMRNIGER. So I can go live over there, man, because I'm looking at these zeros. This shit crazy, man. I don't know what it is. And, somebody who may not have, may have more sense than me, or may not have the dedication and all that shit, to put forth into trying to make this shit do something. Uh, they may not have it. And then again, once again, it's 3 in the morning. I know some of y'all niggas is up though. Y'all watching something that I don't know. Y'all might be fucking. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Flavor on here live, Mr. Nigga on here live. Uh, for what that's worth. I need to stand, man. I be needing my stand so I can use my hands, But yeah, hold tight, people. Let me get tight, so I can get tight. Can I turn off the camera on this bitch? I think I can. I can turn off the mic. I don't think you can turn off the camera. I ain't got nobody in here. Out of all the people in the entire YouTube universe, I can't get one motherfucking person, one stranger who might fall through to mess with Mr. Nigga, uh Mr. Niger on YouTube. Talk to a real nigga. Come fuck with a real nigga on YouTube. You know, shit. You just a regular nigga. They say it's lifestyle, but ain't nobody said a goddamn thing about my lifestyle. You don't know me. Try and get tight, everybody. I get that from collar looking bogus. That might be too high. A little lower, a little lower, a little lower. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Oh, YouTube tell you gotta get 1,000 people and 4,000 watch hours in order for us to try to get you in a position where you monetize. Um, is it something that you're supposed to talk about? Is it a certain way you're supposed to talk about it? I don't get it. They tell me but they took my ability to post links and my descriptions and things like that. They tell me I got to verify. You got to holler Toby. They make a nigga holler Toby regardless to how it play out. But if I was to say, well, okay, if I verify my shit, am I gonna be able to get people to come on my live when I go motherfucking live? Uh, can I be able to Mac? Let me Mac and let me go through, you know, how stories the Pied Piper or Hamiltown or whatever. So let me go through and walk through and play my flute. I ain't trying to gather up no children, I'm trying to gather to who. Uh, and I'm not Satan, I'm not looking for nobody to necessarily devour. All I'm looking for is, hell, if I come on here and I talk about politics or whatever, entertainment, news, whatever type of news I want to talk about, you kind of want to feel like you ain't in no echo chamber. You ain't just talking to yourself. We talk about this Democratic Party. Uh, they doing whatever they got to do, whatever they need to do in order to get you to remain the most dedicated block of voting for their party that they've had for decades. But now, uh, I think they're seeking to replace the Negro vote. They don't necessarily they trying to make it to where they don't necessarily need the Negro vote, and that's because there's a certain set of Negroes, African American, Black people. I'm not, I say Black people and the niggas are more apt to be the ones that are trying to say, well, y'all come to us consistently and on the schedule when you need a politician placed into a particular post in office. But okay, you might have a rally and give out hot dogs or fish plates or whatever it is that you might choose to give out in order to placate or cater to attract the poor ignorant nigga that wants to feel as if he or she is a part of something. Fuck you, YouTube, man. I don't make no motherfucker. I really have a strong disdain. And I mean, you know what I mean? I can call this excuse and I don't mean no harm to my nigga, but man, y'all punish me because I fuck with my nigga Charles, and man. And that's all I could look at because I've seen it go down. I've seen it. I've seen the effects of certain shit I do in the name of support who I choose to support. And and in my mind, it's like, well, what's the purpose of it all? Uh, you have a certain type of. It's not that I'm going here. I'm not on here talking. It's talking about A, B, C, D. Uh, I love you. You love me. I'm not on no basic simplistic shit. When I come on here, I do my best not to be. Uh, Even if it's not because I do know, and then even in the process of not having that type of flowing audience in which I do think I necessarily deserve. Excuse me for being now don't excuse me for shit. I'm being cocky, overly confident, presumptuous, whatever. But I do believe that I should have a certain level of activity for those from those who are signed up to be subscribers to this page. Uh, so yeah, we got the Democratic Party, man. Fuck you too. Once again, I just for equal measure, peace to the nigga nation. Um, we got this Democratic Party, right? And they'll figure out that they're attempting to figure out all kind of ways to make sure you retain your loyalty, dear African American, dear Black American, dear person of colored, um, dear Negro, dear nigga. Niggas is Democrats too. It's a nigga Democrats too. They're doing all that they can. Well, they're not necessarily doing all they can at this point, but they're doing all they can for what they're attempting to do, in order to make sure they retain their power. First, it was they knew that I guess this move where they're paying off public servant student loans, or I don't know if they're paying them all the way off or they're paying a percentage of them off or whatever. But the student loan that shiny object that is being held in front of perhaps African American black people who think that that's something for them. When in the most part, I guess a lot of y'all do work publicly. If you work, especially if you live in DC, Maryland, the DC, Maryland, whatever. Maybe a lot of y'all do have public service jobs. Type of jobs they talking about where they ready to pay off your debts. Maybe I don't know if they're talking about teachers. They include school teachers in that too. But if you get your loan paid off, kudos for you. But yet still, even with your loan paid off, I don't know what kind of neighborhood you live in, or what type of neighborhoods you may pass by. But if you're a black person, either you think you might live in the most swankiest of joints. If you are, a lot of cases, y'all, you might have some of you African Americans that think that the white man is, Charlie, I got too slick. They think that them people are more accommodating and more loyal, loving to you than your people are, even though you might have had some problem with your people in the past. Um, that may not necessarily be the truth, and that's how we end up. I guess when did LBJ sign the Civil Rights Act into law, where we got to be able to sit at the counters and eat with at Mr. Charlie food and them. Uh, Ever since then, he said, this is alleged, at least I don't know whether they confirmed it or whether it's still an alleged statement, but they said that he said, I signed this phony ass civil rights bill, integration bill, whatever. Um, it'll have those niggas vote for the Democratic Party for the next X amount, was it 50 or 100 years? Might as well be 1,000 years, because a lot of cases y'all niggas ain't going nowhere. Even when you're presented with the logical, reasonable, just in the name of survival and just having relevance, having making your vote have relevance, and see somehow that the politician that you supported actually cares about you, and they want to see hope and change in your life, in your people's life, in your community's life, your state's life, whatever. And so there's the DNC convention is supposed to be in Illinois. Well, that's not supposed. The DNC convention, the Democratic National Convention, is going to be in Illinois. They're already making preparations. You're not going to fuck up their party. You already have the Black American vote, the nigger vote. The nigger Democrat is somewhat peeved in regards to the immigration policy and that the sanctuary city status, and somehow there being monetary resources and housing vouchers and medical care and things of that nature for people who haven't even lived a week or a month in this country. Meanwhile, you have people that have several generations of family in this country. Hell, if you really want to be interpretive about it, if you want to go back and say, because the transatlantic slave trade occurred. All the niggas didn't come. Well, they were Africans when they came over here. All those who were eventually turned into. Let me get this right. All those humans, all those black melanated humans, those nigger humans, that managed to survive managed to survive the voyage of the transatlantic slave period, and also, if they can say one thing and make it sound reasonably logical, I can say what I feel, and what from my deductive reason may find there are also black people over here. Those they say Indian. I once I got the education on I mean it's not even deep shit, but don't use dear black person, dear African American person, person of color. When you want to acknowledge your indigenous status in this country, don't say Indian, because Indian comes from India. You're an indigenous American. You are from here. But let me not go too far from the Democratic Party. The DNC convention is coming up here, and right about now, uh, we have a Democratic the urban. I live in the suburbs, so Brandon Johnson is the mayor of metropolitan Chicago, and the good mayor had a campaign. Of course, he said, "I'm with y'all. I'm with you. I'm with my kind, my people." And then it turns around and comes out once he gets in office. Somehow he wants to they well I imagine he didn't make the decision, but at first the decision was made to shut down the community program or the whatever park or that was holding this community program for the kids and the senior citizens or whatever. Let's shut this down and make this area a migrant shelter. Then people had to fight. Then people said, "Hell no, Mohawk man, you know, why us as citizens, tax-paying citizens, have to struggle? We'll have to be at a loss. It ain't even about a struggle. It have to be at a loss of our place to be, just for the mere fact you decide, well, we play in Sanctuary City. Harold Washington, um, now he had a gracious heart, from my understanding. I didn't live here then. I'm not a native Chicago person. When he implemented sanctuary cities, that wasn't for the fact that okay that was to say, well, you need some place to come, and you have a problem, whatever, you can come here. It wasn't an invitation to adopt an immigrant or use tax resources to fund people just because they decided that they want sanctuary from what? Sanctuary from what? I mean, poverty. It's poor people here. Y'all making it worse. They making it worse for the poor people here. But I shouldn't. I'm not necessarily putting on the good, uh, undocumented, i.e., illegal, illegally entering peoples that come in this country and squat in houses and have TikTok page and tell a nigga that you jealous of my life. Uh, so now there's a certain. I'm not saying they're waking up. I mean, it's just common sense to see what hell if you just put this black mayor in office, and this black mayor say, I'm for you, and we're gonna help reform police, and because we're gonna focus more on mental health, and just niggas selling you all kind of shit, only to get in office and cater to all types of other people that have not necessarily had 2 feet in this country for longer than 3 weeks. Because the Texas governor sent them up here. But hey, black people, black Americans, we got to vote. We got to vote blue, blue no matter who. And I said to myself, I mean, really, it's like, okay, y'all saying that, well, Trump, we got to get Trump out. Trump is killing us with the coronavirus. This is what they had. This is what, when you think of, his policies, he seemed he didn't take it serious. Nigga, he ain't got to people. He ain't got to take it. He didn't have to take it serious. It was all about whether or not you took it serious. And then a lot of people's perspective is pretty much closer than how he had doubts on the seriousness of it. Also, that was a perfect storm for them to, right at the election year to come out with it with the vanity virus that makes people have to stay in the house. And when it comes out that maybe after a few months, well, I guess a year or so after he's president, after he lose, year or so after the new guy becomes president because the old guy's deemed incompetent, it comes out that the shelter in place shit didn't necessarily help quell the spread of the virus. Pardon me. But they want you to vote for them. But really, they're trying to put themselves in a position where they don't care whether you vote for them. These people, and once again, I don't. Um, I guess if I'm presented with a lick, and all I got to do is make my way, maybe walk a few 100 miles, and I'm able to stop and whatever. I guess figure out what kind of plan I got. And once I get to where I need to go in order to make this tremendous come up, all I got to do is pretty much stroll across that line. I ain't nobody. Hell, I imagine I would too. If I could go from a one bedroom, I think this is what like 750, 1,000 square feet apartment. If I can go from that to a 2,500 foot square mansion with circular driveway and pool and acreage, and this is just speaking figuratively, because hell, these people come over that say that they need sanctuary, and they come over without shit. I'm just saying to myself, the nigga came over here without shit, but they ain't getting no motherfucking checks out to him. They ain't getting no housing vouchers to him. They gave you well, hell, I guess if you want to call it a shack. And basically what I'm saying is, y'all got the choice to come over here because y'all see something appealing in my homeland. I'm not, I'm okay. You got African DNA in you. I also got indigenous American DNA in me as well. But then again, who can separate the African part of it? Because hell, if Africans are so-called migrant, they migrated. Then who's to say they didn't migrate over to what is known today as America? And some might have settled and stayed here, but I don't want to give. I don't want to give y'all that. I don't want to give y'all that. What I'm saying is that hell, black people, y'all about to today. Y'all voted for this nigga. I don't get it. Today, well, it gets Friday started off. They said, well, President Biden, are you worried about Iran? Who de blam? They might attack. What do you want to say to them if they're considering attacking Israel? Don't. This nigga said. But I guess like I said, I think that, and maybe I may not be able to say it's free speech. I'm not yelling fire in a crowded theater. I think President Biden, I was about to say Obama. President Biden is unfit to lead the country. I don't think he has all his mental capacities, but hell, my mouth doesn't mean nothing, even though I'm a taxpayer. Somebody told me, and this is maybe still slightly off of what I'm talking about, because once again, I look up and ain't nobody in the chat at all. I hate this shit. I don't know what the fuck, man. Man, I'm buzzing, but hell, whatever. Let me go back to what I'm saying. And I forgot my train of thought, really. Um, Master Biden. They asked him about Iran. And you say Iran's, they think they're going to attack America. Uh, what do you have to say? What do you have to say as the leader of the um, of a superpower nation? What do you have to say in response to, okay, well, Iran is thinking of attacking Israel in response to Israel attacking Iran and, whatever else might, if anything else, period. This man simply says don't. And what happens the next day? The very next day, they bomb it. What is, how serious does how serious does the blue, no matter who, the Democratic Party people think that they're going to take this man? He's supposed to have a meeting with Netanyahu today. Well, still we talk with Netanyahu. Um, uh, I just had a visualization of Master Biden sitting across Netanyahu. Well, Netanyahu, uh, Netanyahu, Netanyahu, Netanyahu. I just had a visual of him sitting. I mean, it is my opinion, and as a law-abiding citizen of America, I have a freedom of speech and I have the right to my own free will opinion. I believe old boy is evil. Um, in unpopular opinion, I believe that there are certain traditions and agreements, historical agreements that say that Ukraine is not allowed to. Ukraine is attached to Mother Russia and Putin. That they're not allowed to just arbitrarily decide. Well, we're going to go with NATO. No, you have agreements with Mother Russia. So now you want the Americans to borrow money. And this was the part I forgot. This is the part I was trying to bring up. We were talking. Somebody there was a post about America about Biden or whatever on the biggest political hack shield, Democratic shield. I know this month. I hope this motherfucker. They talk. Miss Roman whispers. That whispers that some of these folks get like 50,000 a post, and I guess there may be certain qualifications in order to get that $50,000 paid to you for that post. But I doubt. It's cheaper to buy DL than 50,000. But this person said, I said, well, I came on. I said, you know, all this money that Biden's giving away, the taxes, and we're not doing not the taxes, all the money that's being contributed to foreign interests, blah blah blah. And I also said something about how the interest rates are fucking kicking my ass in regards to borrowing. But she said something, but well, I don't know. I'll say she, because this had to be a broad. If it's not a broad, it's a bitch ass nigga. Um, they said something to the degree, well, it's not money. They're just donating old weapons to Ukraine. Old weapons to Ukraine, and it's like I said. No. um, I hear what you're saying. It's not it's not that you open up your suitcase and you see stacks of money, or it's not checked money or whatever. But when those weapons were purchased, they were purchased with tax dollars, and the valuation of those weapons still remains. They should moderately remain close if they're for weapons. They should remain relatively close to what the taxpayer spent for them. So what you're saying is, okay, we got these weapons that's already been paid by the taxpayer. instead of depriving, sucking up whatever money they got left. Hmm. You don't fight. You don't go to war unless you got your resources together. How you gonna go against Russia? This is your kind master Biden. This is what the black folks said. We got to get Trump out. Trump ain't done a motherfucking thing to a nigga. That under Biden you had to pay $50,000 for a dozen eggs. Under Biden, your interest is accruing on your own. Even though you got to pay the high price for these groceries and shit. Sometimes you got to use your credit card. The balance you got on your credit card is going up like well shit. We was dealing with hmm, I'm talking about my decent credit, but uh, theoretically, we just gonna throw out numbers. If you was paying 10% interest while Con Master Biden was in office, and due to the fact that not when Mean Master Trump was in office, the interest rates were lower, and you say that they lowered the taxes for the millionaire, blah 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 blah. Okay, the interest rates were lower for your credit cards and you whatever. If you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, the interest rates are lower. So now you have Khan Massabadi comes in and he's coming to save the day. He's got the vaccine ready for y'all and he got to stop Asian hate. Fuck a nigga. We got to stop Asian hate bill going on and we trying to if y'all don't take this virus, that means y'all trying to kill your fellow man or whatever. So what we need to do, we need to influence the idea that whoever don't want to take this shot, they need to get fired. But I mean, sir, if anybody who is actually fearful of catching a particular virus and they know there's a vaccine that's available, logical by deduction they would take it. And if the person who doesn't necessarily want to take it and not since a person that is concerned about it and wants to take proactive measures by taking the vaccine, they have that right to do that. But if someone who is working, who has worked during the pandemic, during the worst part of it, I'm talking about hospital workers or whomever, certain other service workers like your Walmart worker or whatever. They didn't went through this whole pandemic or whatever. Well, not even no. Let me stop doing it. They went through the whole coronavirus pandemic of 2020, and they were working. They didn't have any stipulations. Okay, well you got to have this shot, whatever, because there wasn't no shot to be had. As soon as they make the shot, oh, it's mandatory. You got to make sure you get this shot. So, you'll feel in accordance and in agreement and in obeyance along the lines of whatever guidelines and stipulations are. Is it the CDC or is it the government? Or is it the pharmaceutical industry? Whatever we choose to have it done, take your shot. If you don't want to take your shot, we're going to come out with a law where if you don't take your shot, you're going to get fired. People don't talk about how underneath Con Master Biden and all them people either quit or lost their jobs because they were scared to take the vaccine. And then it comes out, I can't even say allegedly, well, perceivably, from my perspective, seems as the people who had the vaccine end up having heart issues and all types of early reasons to die. We talking about the Democratic Party, right? The DNC is coming to Chicago, Illinois. And you would think that, of course they're going to regulate that motherfucker. These people that they were having on the news today said, these people they said, well, they want to be able to protest at the DNC. And you know what they want to protest about? The Palestinians. This is a and I don't know if y'all fuck with me. I mean, I still haven't really. I'm not looking up to see whether anybody on here fuck with me or not, and I'm not hiding this liquor no more either. Savage. They not this DNC is coming. Chicago. Chicago is an infamous blue state. New York ain't got shaky as a blue state. Well, New York City has got shaky as a blue district. But Cook County, Illinois, aka the Democratic Party stronghold. Um, there are some people that are having second thoughts on their traditional dedication and loyalty to that party. So one thing about these people up here, at least the black people, because like I said, them black, Brandon Johnson tried to say, well, the senior citizens and the kids got to get out the park. He gonna put the migrants there. Them niggas said, nah, the fuck you ain't, nigga. And they were able to rally together and prevent that from happening. They wanted to put on the referendum. We're going to turn over the sanctuary. We tired. We were not doing this sanctuary shit no more. Sanctuary city shit no more, Mayor. We trying to vote it out. Do you know that the good liberal Democrat Party that you have so much trust and all that shit, and they said, no, y'all, we're not going to allow, we're not going to grant that ability to put it up for a vote. Why not? Don't y'all think y'all have enough sanctuary people up there? Some conspiracy theorists or ideologues believe that the reason why they're bringing the immigrants in is to somehow forming a voter base for that Democrat. They want those migrants to be beholden to the donkey party. And with them being beholden to the donkey party, that means that they are willing to submit and sell booty for the Democratic Party, for lack of better terms. Someone may not. There's always potential for a renegade. The thing about that, okay, fine. All right, you want to buy you some people for your party, fine. But still, the nigga has his issues. The nigga has problems with that Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has made promises. The Democratic Party said, we're going to save y'all by making an omnibus crime bill of 1994. We're going to make this crime bill because the pastors asked for it in the CB, in the Congressional Black Caucus. Y'all can tell that to the millennials. Y'all can tell that to the Generation Z. Because I remember when they talking about the three strike shit, that niggas wasn't with that. We know it started in California. We knew that they were trying to copy California's method of making three strikes. You know how the white boy like baseball. You know what I mean? If you follow Francis Cress Welling, I don't think there's a black ball in baseball, but you know how that allegory might work there. But yet and still, they wanted three strikes. Three strikes, you do your it may either be, regardless of whatever penalty or whatever level of the felony is that you do, whether it might be a non-violent felony, it might be a drug felony or whatever. If you do three of them bitches, you got a life sentence. This is your Democratic Party in the name of saving your community, not trying to figure out a way to invest money into build up decaying infrastructure, and to build back better plans. Talking about trains, you dumb motherfucking nigga. They talking about giving money to them people that's staff. They want to give money to the electric car pumping stations. The hell, I'm just a nigga on here talking. Cause YouTube, fuck YouTube. If y'all ain't gonna have me on it, if y'all ain't gonna give me no audience to fuck with me on the level where I can fuck with the audience, now I just come on here and talk shit, smoke weed, drink liquor, cuss. Cause it don't matter. It's not monetized until it's monetized, and that's when it matters. I delete all this motherfucking shit. Once y'all allow me to gather my audience, and to come back to the motherfucker. It's fair. I think it's fair. Do I need some type of special backdrop, or maybe I need to look like the Johnny Carson show on my page? I'm not a motherfucking podcast, nigga. I'm just a nigga on here talking, trying to figure out some type of way to make this shit shake out some money tree, make some money leaves from the money tree. I heard YouTube is the money tree. Can I get some AdSense? Y'all fuck me. Just now you want y'all decide to go by the rules as soon as you saw that these are reused videos. You can't post reused videos. Fuck this. Fuck YouTube, man. I swear. I swear. If YouTube care about me saying fuck YouTube, then make this motherfucker pop with some people tapping in. I'm trying to bully a robot. It's a goddamn robot. Even those chats with a whole bunch of people in there, sometimes they're robot chats. Because if they have favorites, they don't want to have to rely on just human bodies coming in and sitting in and occupying the audience. They want to be able to say, well, send them bots in so they can feed the count. Send them bots in to type random dumb bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with the topic or whoever the speaker is speaking on. Or the speaker themselves. Looking out my window, just looking out of the window, watching the art. Y'all know watching the zeros up at the top of this page. Cause ain't nobody fuck with flag. You don't wanna fuck with flag. But yeah, man, we got some black folks that wanna have a talk with Master Biden and Kamala Harris and all them people at the DNC. We trying to figure out why is it that the nigga folk, and I guess the wave is reparations, but before you ain't even, I still say to this day, you ain't even gotta go all the way back to slavery to find money that should be will find resources or repair that needs to be allowed to the African American, well, to the Black American or the descendant of the enslaved person that was known as nigga. You don't need to find you don't need to you don't need to look that hard. You don't need to go overseas and give out money to foreign countries because you want to protect democracy. You need to make a democracy attractive for the citizens that are already in your country instead of trying to sell it overseas by way of our taxpayer dollars. I hate this motherfucking app shit. Cause really, and I guess it's all good. I'm over here faded, but why not be faded? I would hope that I'm speaking English. I hope I'm speaking with clarity and even with my little bit of a slur or a stammer, you can hear what I'm saying and understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, so for the past since the 60s and which is 2024, the DNC has to make sure that they have you in allegiance. And they don't necessarily, and the best way for them to have you allegiance from their perspective is that as long as we can come by and fuck with y'all come voting season, we ain't got to give y'all shit. We can just sell hope and change, sell a dream to you. So yeah, this DNC conference is coming to Chicago, and of course, the good J.B. Pritzker, the Democratic governor, and also the good aforementioned Democratic Mayor Brandon Johnson. They're going to do their best to make sure that those outside elements, those critical voices, don't make their way into a camera frame where they're shown as protesters. So the permissible protesters are those people. Free Palestine. I mean, no. I ain't got no cold heart for the Palestinians. Even though from my understanding and historical reference, that they also participated in the enslavement those who were resided on the continent of Africa, and ergo those melanated people who were considered black Americans, indigenous black Americans in America. The slave trade was put a bankroll in a whole bunch of countries' pockets. And but yet still okay, they putting their foot in, yeah, they killing y'all kids, they putting their foot in y'all ass pals, and I feel it. The anti Israeli genocide force, whatever they talking about. Those are the people that are trying that are being shown in the media, being shown on the news as the protesters are the ones that's going to be protesting at the DNC conference, as if the DNC doesn't have anything else to be protested against other than the fact of what I just said about them brides. Well, now Palestine, they ain't got nothing else to protest. They ain't got nothing in their backyard. They ain't got nothing in their house. They ain't got nothing in their community to protest against. Other than that's how you know this shit is fabricated. Student loan shit, man. Motherfucker, every niggas ain't got a whole. So what? Fuck a student, man. Fuck a student loan. What about the people just poor, ain't even thinking about no college, and they trying to think about what their next meal is? You got money to slide to the banks, because that's all that student loan debt shit is. That student loan debt, and it's nothing to be. All that is the same thing that Obama gave when he first came in office, a bank bailout. Even though these banks may not necessarily need the bank out, but they're not going to turn down a windfall of $1 billion of cash in the name of student loan debt forgiveness. It's all a game, folks. Just like the good Baba Dick Gregory told you, it's all a motherfucking game. You just need to be smart enough, and we're not going to be foolish enough to think that we can topple over the game. We just need to make sure that we acknowledge and understand what the game is and how the game is presented, so we'll be more effective in navigating our way through it. Fuck YouTube, man. I'm gonna keep on going. So every time y'all tap on my shit, it's gonna be damn near a Shakespearean performance. One of them motherfucking like what's a Hollywood Shuffle? Give me the knife. I got the knife. I don't know, bro. That's beyond y'all. I'm working on my skills in order to captivate. It's like I sometimes when I'm talking, I'll be looking over here, looking down, looking whatever. I need to focus on how do I focus my eyes so I can look like I'm looking directly in the camera. I think that's it. Also need to open my eyes, cause I'll be lit. Fuck YouTube. That's still on 0. I'm still on 0. I think I'm gonna keep this bitch going. Cause y'all on bullshit. Somebody should have been then traipsed their ass past here. Just in the name of who is that live and what they doing live. Just a curious ass nigga on a Saturday night. Or early Sunday morning. That's all I say, man. Maybe what I say wrong. What I do wrong. I be hearing echoes on my, for years, and my mama can testify that we hear echoes in my phone. FBI tapped my telephone. I got a buddy, shit. I ain't even gonna tell my buddy his business, but he said how them figure. I mean, we used to go build back and forth consistently. He said the motherfucking feds hit his ass up because of the shit he was posting. They ain't never really fuck with me because I hope I knew better than to say something, not say something that's illegal, even though the shit I say in the type of shit, you can call my shit propaganda, whatever. I don't give a fuck as long as you listening, but the type of ideas and beliefs that they might consider me having, I say because in my mind, if I say fuck the DNC, because we still talking about the DNC. DNC, we got to serve the people that the late one of the people that's in that community. I said, well, they tried to give the park over to the immigrants, even though the kids and the old folks was using it for shelter. They wanted to give it to the migrants for shelter. And one of the ladies in that particular group, well, from that particular area, she was part of the lawsuit, and eventually won and whatever. Um, she said, she ready to talk to the Donald. Hear what the Donald talking about. She said she went to the Trump rally. She said she heard some things, but she said she also heard some other things. But if half of y'all blue, no matter who, folks, pay a motherfucking attention, and if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Is he gonna do anything specific for black people? No. Why won't you do something specific for black people? Uh, so now you got one of their people, or either somebody, whomever, come out and say, how dare you ask them people for a handout? You know how hard it is for them to fight them Republicans. I don't give a goddamn about what Republican rivalry, a Democrat Party rivalry, or whatever, man. At the end of the day, we paying these people salary. The government does not make money, or well, I guess you could say, and then figuratively, see, the Federal Reserve can print out money, but the government does not earn money. The only money that the government earns and takes, and the only money that the government takes in the name of I guess they'll say earning, but the name of support and operations, is by way of taxes or whatever other deals they may have. So when it comes to the point where you can't necessarily speak to them people about your issues, they got to box you out, because they gonna have heavy security on this DNC convention in Chicago. So it's like, well, you got a certain set of people where they see that the nigga that they voted in to be mayor, he on some clown goofy shit. The president that no, we go with JB, the governor, Democrat, billionaire family, multi-millionaire, billion dollar family, basically. He knows that he said, he made the statement that the migrant situation is untenable, but yet and still they haven't effectively done anything to meter the situation. Then you go up to I guess not necessarily go up to, you also have to consider that you have a Republican representative Congress, blah blah blah, and they going to Washington through the Senate, through the Congress, through whatever the fuck. They don't necessarily acknowledge the fact that you African American, black person, Negro folk have a certain requirement or request or need to have some type of what's the word I'm looking for here? Shit, repairing, some type of reparation or repairing of the generations of chattel classification and forced servitude by way of agricultural purposes, or even, I guess, you had some niggas that was blacksmiths. You ain't had no niggas that was doctors, because the Mr. Charlie ain't gonna let no nigga doctor on him. I'm on here talking because I think that this shit is full of bullshit, because ain't no way in the hell I'm still at 0. I'm at 0 watches, 0 likes. And I done had a YouTube account for damn near 10, 12 years. No, I'd say 12. I done had a YouTube account for a very, very, very long time. So you mean to tell me that if I come on here and participate on YouTube, then I can't get anybody on here to watch? I know y'all got a handler. I'm talking to my YouTube handler, whomever you are. Because I know sometimes it may have a count that one is watching, and then when I end it, it has that no one's watched, and yet still I might get a grade or infraction on what I've done during the course of the video. I know that I have a watching, a YouTube handler. I'm bigger than a bot. I think like the bot sometimes. And then if I think like the bot would a malfunction in its programming, it kind of throws off the rhythm, the algorithm. So what y'all got to do is just say, fuck it. Keep everybody away from that nigga talking. I'm just bullshitting now. I'm just really halfway dropping, speaking encoded language for the most part. But 0-0. And it's gonna be that way. Y'all not gonna give me no. I gotta stop whining to y'all bitches. Fuck y'all, man. Y'all can let people see me. Y'all know what people that listen to the type of shit I talk about. Y'all know who gravitates to them to the shit I'm talking about. Y'all got voice recognition, term recognition, where you whatever key terms or words you might say, y'all recognize what that is. First one, two things. Actually, three things, maybe. Fuck YouTube, man. Fuck with the most emphasis on the fuck that you can think of. Second thing, nigga nation or nothing. Okay, I fuck with my nigga. I fuck with the ideology, the purpose, the goal of a nigga nation. I'm not ashamed. I'd rather be a N-I-G-G-A, so we can up but that's the second thing. Nigga nation or nothing. Let me say then that I just need to make sure I reiterate so everybody's clear and have a full understanding that I mean fuck you too. Thank you for having me. Thank you for at least letting me come on here and be able to record, even though it appears that no one's hearing me make my recordings. Dear YouTube, fuck you to death. And the third thing, peace and love. I'll holler at y'all next go round.